Hey, this is Matt Wall, and I'm a site selection and location advisor with Sterling Properties Group based in Charlotte. This is the third installment of our video series called Site Selection A to Z. Today's video is brought to you by the letter B, and today we're going to talk about the term boundary. So when we think of a property's boundary, we're talking about the size, shape, and dimensions of a site. Ultimately, we're always thinking about whether our particular client's building or development plan will fit on the property we're proposing to them. So again, it's critical to know the boundary dimensions and size and shape of a site when you're reviewing site options with your client. In a perfect world, a seller or agent will provide you with a plat or a survey of the property which lists the size and dimensions of the subject property. Since that's typically not the case, you'll find the town or county's GIS maps helpful in finding the size and dimensions of the parcel. Hopefully, you'll be working with a client that has a prototype building and a generic layout that you can use to figure out how much land they will need. For example, a fast food with drive-through may typically fit on a 1-acre parcel, whereas a drugstore may need a 2-acre parcel. And their prototype layouts will show you how large the building is, what the dimensions of the driveways and parking areas are, and using this you can quickly assess whether their typical prototype will fit on a particular site. Now you'll want to make sure that you include setbacks in this assessment, but those should be easy to find in the zoning ordinance for the site. And don't forget you'll also need room on the site for accommodating stormwater requirements. That may mean having room on the site for an above-ground B&P pond or accommodations for some type of underground detention system on site. So in summary, with the goal of only identifying sites where your client will actually fit, very early on in your review of potential sites, you're going to want to figure out what the boundaries are of each site. You can find parcel boundary information from the GIS system, or you can get it from a plat or existing boundary survey. But before you present a site to your client, make sure the boundaries work for what your client wants to do with that property. And here's the pro tip. All surveys are not created equal. And if there's not an existing recorded plat or survey to refer to, your client will likely want to survey the property early on in the due diligence process. Now, the most comprehensive survey standard is called an ALTA survey. That's ALTA, and it stands for American Land Title Association. This type of survey incorporates elements of the boundary survey and the mortgage survey and topographic survey. And simply put, it contains about every detail your client will need to assess the developability of a site, including grades, the presence and location of utilities, and the presence and locations of any easements that are on the property. So don't cut corners and order anything less than an ALTA survey, because chances are you're going to need one to close on the property in the end. Okay, this is what I've got for today. This subject was boundary in this week's Site Selection A to Z. Please comment and share any thoughts you might have on the subject, and if I can ever be of help with your next location or site selection, please reach out. I appreciate you watching.